Hello world, this is Peaches and I'm back. I hope you've been good to yourself and better to your health. How are y'all doing, especially during this COVID-19 quarantine time? I've been doing awesome, as I would usually or normally say. I'm making things happen. Definitely focusing more on myself and my business and my children and pursuing currently what my heart desires, and even some things what I've always wanted to do, haven't done. Stepping past fear and doubt. And I notice when I do that, the universe, it just kind of like aligns me to be able to receive these blessings. And I'm so happy right now and full of joy. I'm loving this getting older stuff, this getting wiser. Um, I definitely always pray every night, every day that I have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to guide me throughout my day. Um, I'm loving how, you know, I don't have to kind of have this, I gotta let you know how I feel, unless it's moved me spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically. I didn't have to do that. And y'all, I had to do this like a couple of months ago, right? I normally am good for standing up for other people, but when it comes to standing up for myself, I wouldn't do that. In the past, prior to May of 2020, I held a lot of things in. And it's good to hold things in, but certain things should not be held in. Because if it's held in and you notice that it's changing you or it's affecting you psychologically, mentally, to where it's running through your brain, then you need to do something about it, right? And child, let me tell you, that's exactly what I did. I did something about it. And, you know, the reason why I did is because someone that, I knew for a very long time, 10 plus years, I felt like disrespected themselves. And when I told them about it, literally, y'all, it was like this pressure, like someone literally had their foot on my shoulders and on my head, and it was pressing me down. And once I just released it all, it's like it just all came off of me. And I felt so good. And I didn't have to be disrespectful. I didn't have to curse this person out. I didn't have to be derogatory, demeaning, in no type of way. I was just honest, and honest in a way to hopefully where they could see where they went wrong by telling them where they went wrong, and then offering a way on how to maneuver moving forward. Sometimes it's funny. People always feel like they got to tell you what's on their mind, and I got to tell the motherfucker how I feel, and I do this and do that. And sometimes you don't always have to respond, right? Because your silence can be power as well. I'm just thankful that I don't have to respond like that. I'm thankful that I don't have to tell people exactly how I feel once the universe has set up a situation or a scenario to where I was able to truly reveal and I was able to truly see the type of person that they were. And so, in the midst of seeing that, right, I didn't tell them, like, yeah, I see that, I'm gonna still be me. I'm gonna still be Miss Peaches, because when you are being blessed, highly favored, have mercy, have grace covering over your life, over your children's life, your immediate family, and you know for a fact your heart, he knows your heart, right? And so when he knows your heart, he's going to go bless you because he knew your heart in that instance, in that situation. And so what people fail to realize is that he does not hate the sinner, right? That's why he can love us 10 times, 10 times, 10 times fold, right? So when he's able to love us like that, right? He said, I could never hate the sinner. What I do is hate the sinner who set up the environment or the situation for a person to sin. And so that's why the people who, if you notice you've been done wrong or you're constantly always being attacked, but when you know you don't scoop to their level because inadvertently you got to be on some grimy, low life, low energy, living in your lower self to even retaliate against that. And when you know that you're not even in your lower self and you're not living on that lower level, your spirit won't even allow you to retaliate like that. That's the crazy part about it. You won't even be able to, use the same tools that they use. Like the old saying says, sometimes you have to fight hate with love. And so that's what I continue to do. So I'm thankful for the situations, and I'm thankful for how the universe can just set things up to where I truly see people for who they are. And so this journey, just like your journey, everyone's journey, when you're trying something new and you're taking a new route, I know for a fact I inspire because I have too many people come back and tell me that I do. And so I bless them, and all I ask is that they pass that inspiration, that torch forward, because first of all, the motivation has to come from inside. That's an internal thing. Inspiration are outside forces. So when you know that you bless people and you're traveling this road alone, when you want to try something new, sometimes everybody's not going to see that vision. They're not going to understand it. Some people are going to be waiting on the sidelines to see how it goes, hoping for your success, while others are hoping for your failures just to say, aha, told you. And so be mindful of the ones who are watching. You never know who you're rooting on for someone else to keep them pushing, to keep them inspired, because they see your consistency, your resilience, your persistence. They see that. And so it's going to be a lonely road. But the good thing about it, what I've noticed, and this is where I have a testimony. I know me, I love a good testimony. But this is what I've noticed. On that lonely road, it's okay to isolate yourself, right? Because you have to be Zoom focused, laser focused, uber ready. You have to be. You can't be sidetracked. It's okay for you to, in the beginning, feel guilty for wanting to take time for yourself, but eventually you're not, because eventually you're going to start. That's when the universe comes in and play with the mind in a good way. And he's going to start reminding you like, hey, you were there for them people. You delegate that time. You made yourself way too available, right? And so look how they did you when you just needed one simple thing. And so it's funny because it seems like they forget that, but then they come back forth for more stuff. And so in order, like the old saying says, in order to teach someone how to fish, you just can't give them fish to eat. You have to literally teach them so they can continue to fish and eat on their own, right? And so just trust and know that God will take care of and make way for them as well. You played your part. That's why you're being blessed now and being realigned on your path. So as you're being realigned on that path and you walk in that solo path, ooh, baby, it's going to be stressful. That mind play is going to come into effect. But hopefully you've been reading, you've been meditating, you've been visualizing, you've been in tuning and fine tuning, right? So when you do come across those things, you're able to knock it down quickly, so you can keep moving, because remind you, you're your only cheerleader. You're your only coach, right? If you're a guy, you're only one. So you're the only one who's seen this vision. And if you know the vision came to you early, it's even more stressful, depending on how your life is going. And if you feel like it's not going in the way that it should because of the vision that you had, because it was so grand. But then you look up and you be like, woo, pop, it's like he put you right on the path. The next thing you know, you're like, I'm right there. And so when it gets tougher, just know you're closer to that destination, you're closer to that goal, you're closer to whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So as you're going through that path and you're walking that walk lonely, alone, and Sometimes you may think you're lonely, but you're not, because you always have someone around. You're just alone on that path. And then next thing you know, once you start moving on that path, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining wisdom, you're gaining understanding. Now he's starting to place you to be able to trust in yourself again. So now you're trusting in yourself again. And as you trust in yourself again, you notice yourself starting investing in yourself again. And so that's that turning point. When you start truly believing in yourself, you'll start investing in yourself like you did for her, him, them, and those other folks, right? And so once you start investing in yourself, then the universe gonna see, okay, they not playing. They investing in themselves. They reading, they working, they visualizing, and they're trying their hardest, right? Excuse me, y'all, because I'm getting emotional, right? But they try their hardest to shut that down. And as they shut those emotions down, the universe will literally start placing things in your path that would allow you to move to the next step. The universe will start bringing new people from all over the world. It don't matter where these people are, they will have the same heart as you. You know, we always say, I'm a real person, and that's my mistake of thinking everybody real like me. Don't have that mentality. Yes, the people that you probably were messing with were messed up. You know what I'm saying? They were jacked up. They were abused. They were dark. They were leeches. They were not right. But because of your mentality, right? Because of what one person did, or even what 20 people did, you continue to judge 10 billion people in the world, and that's not fair, right? So once you start realigning yourself, moving on this path alone, he gonna bring you into people that have the same vision and the same heart and the same hustle and the same drive as you do. Them folks didn't have it because, first of all, they own something else, right? For example, if you're a female, and a good example, married women versus single women. Total different, they're gonna have total different views. A married woman, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be worrying about her family, her home, her structure, her unit, building prosperity, increasing in dwellings, increasing territory, increasing vision. A single woman may want that, but her stage in life is going to be different. It's going to be the obtaining of the man in order to get that. So we all know what that route goes versus already having it and shooting off from a different level. It's stages to this, right? So it's no different than people. Just like your male friends, right? If you have a male friend, some men are known to have long relationships. Some men, 40 years old, ain't never been in a relationship longer than a year. It's totally different. Their mindset is totally different. Some men, when they approach a woman, or approach a woman rather, they're either going to approach her sexually according to her body, or they're going to approach her according to what they're trying to attain, their vision, and what they're trying to build, looking for a woman. And seeing that, hey, this woman, you know what I'm saying, according to the spirit and the way I'm feeling inside, lets me know that, hey, this could be the one. It's different, right? Versus them, your body thick, and all I'm imagining my dick rubbing up there, yeah, so it's different levels to this. So I'm just thankful. I'm very, very thankful. Always going to be thankful. Always going to be grateful. I'm happy. I couldn't ask for no better children. No better children. Don't compare my children to no one. I'm so proud of my son right now. He reminds me of little me, but he goes 10 times harder. And he's been doing it since literally he came out the womb, and he's been doing it publicly since 2nd grade. So I'm very proud of him and the accomplishments that he's making by looking at me and inadvertently using more of what he see and more of what now that I say, because he see is starting to line up. See, the only way your children listen to you when they see what you speak and how you live lines up. Notice that. Because regardless of what you say, action is always going to speak louder than words. But when they see like, okay, what you speaking is how you living, and then when you speak it, I see this stuff coming through because I let my children know about everything. You will be men one day. You would know about politics. You would know about economics. You would know how money works. You would know how to think to bring things into existence. Because sometimes after you felt like you done did all you done had to do, that's when he said, peace be still. And as you're being still, you say, well, what? Everybody always say, well, what you doing in that time? What I'm doing, I'm exercising. I'm eating right. I'm working on my vision, right? I'm working on my thoughts. I'm working on my self-affirmations. I'm working on my self-control. I'm working on how to be more loving and how to receive love. A lot of women can't even receive a compliment without having an attachment to it. It's just a plain thank you. That's it. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. So, COVID-19, quarantine, 2020 has been good to me. Has been awesome to me. Yeah, it's been good. And I see great things in my future. And I will definitely keep you posted. All right? And once again, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Eh? Be good to yourself and better to your other. Hey, until next time, I'm out.